Hello, welcome to our Sunday night Zoom. We love to have these to share about how the products are helping everybody here and how a lot of people have turned that into an opportunity. And so if this is your first time hearing from any of us, we welcome you and thank you for taking the time out of your evening to join us. Super appreciative that you did, and I'm confident that you're going to hear some incredible stories, and we're super happy to share with you. So first I want to get started with making sure that, first of all, everyone can hear me. So if someone could raise their hand and say, and give me a thumbs up, that would be awesome, because I don't want to do this if you can't hear me. So perfect. So
Your volume's really low.
My volume's low. Is that better?
Yeah, I can't hear you. Try it.
Can you hear me now? Is that good? Can everybody hear me good? Okay, perfect. So I actually started these products back in December of 2017. So that would be a year and a half ago. And at the time I had started them looking for the benefit of helping with some anxiety that I had had, which is actually brand new to me. And I was well overweight. And for a lot of us, you know, we have life situations that happen and we find ourselves kind of in a funk where our endocrine system is crazy, we're overweight, we might be tired. And that's where I found myself. My friend introduced me to these products at the time the company was in pre-launch. And she said, I don't know if these will help you, but I've heard it helps, you know, people lose weight and feel better, but it also could help with some of your anxiousness. At the time, I was locking myself in my bathroom if you knocked on my door, so anxiousness was a huge thing for me. When I started the products, what I didn't know was a lot of things. We didn't have these testimonies, so we didn't know what they could do for us. But what I found after a few weeks is I started noticing I was not stress eating and emotional eating, which was probably contributing to some of my weight gain. My hair started coming in better over time. My relationship with my husband was a little bit different. I wasn't quite as bothered by some of his annoying things that he was doing. And over time, lost 50 pounds and 10 pant sizes. Something else that was extremely interesting was I had fibromyalgia. I had no idea at the time it would help with that. And so I was actually using the chairlift in our house, and I was able to transfer over and start using the stairs. I was able to slowly just getting on my knees on the floor with my children. And so over time, what happened is not at all what I thought could happen. And all I did was drank a coffee, which I didn't drink coffee before. The only option they had was coffee, so I drank a coffee a day, and I took a pill. And so when I did this, and my friend said, Jen, you could just drink a coffee, I was like, I am not a coffee drinker, but I could make this work. I could put enough junk in it that I could probably drink it. And I can't believe what happened over, you know, a period of time of using it. So if you're not familiar with these, we have a couple different beverages. We actually have 3 now you can choose from. But we have the Elevate coffee, just the standard coffee. And then we have the nitro version, and then we have the chocolate. So there's a little bit of something for everybody. Now you can mix and match them. You can do whatever you want to do. The one thing that I can tell you about these, because we don't have to be scientists to share about them and certainly to tell you about them, but what I do know is that if you've heard the term DOSE floating around, that is an acronym for dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. And I've learned enough to know that when you drink this beverage, that naturally your body and your organs are going to be fed what they need to start producing the dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins just from drinking the beverage. That's it. So now all of a sudden our happy hormones are better. You know, we might be sleeping better. And we just overall have more energy, more drive to do things. And so this little pill has a couple special ingredients, and one of them is turmeric. This little pill has helped with so many things, but the one magical thing it does is it's the only natural substance in the world that elevates your oxytocin. And that is so important for relationships, for social relationships, for confidence, for anxiousness. It really, truly is helping a lot of people. I believe this was a huge reason why I was able to be able to be on this Zoom tonight and talk with all of you. So these two combined together is what everyone uses. That's where, you know, people are really enjoying their benefits from. And we just really love to share the stories of how these are helping other people. So I've invited some people to come on tonight who, like me, started for maybe a reason or two and have just had a lot of fun taking them and sharing with others. So Sarah Allspach, are you available? There's a lot of people on, so I don't know if I can find her. Sarah, let's see. There she is. Sarah, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I would love for you to share your story with everyone if you could. I think they would just be intrigued to hear.
Okay, well, hi everyone. My name is Sarah Alspaugh. I am a stay-at-home mom. I live in Iowa. I stay home with two very active kids, Cecily and Jack. They actually just are turning 2 and 4 in the next week. So, well, before I started taking D.O.S E, I was dealing with a lot of postpartum depression, anxiety, a really bad temper. I drank. I was always in the kitchen drinking my water at night. I was always tired. Someone else is tired. I was always tired, just not motivated. I just wanted to couch and not participate. There we go. I don't know if you caught all of that. So I was dealing with a lot of postpartum depression, anxiety, temper problems, low energy, low motivation, and I also had been dealing with BED for 20 plus years. That's binge eating disorder. It was just getting out of control. So a friend suggested that I start D.O.S E. So I did reluctantly, and honestly, the first month was just pretty life-changing. I noticed right away I wasn't thinking about food, which was huge, and I had energy, I had motivation, I was participating more with my kids. So the first month I lost 18 pounds, and I mean, that was huge. So I knew right then and there that I needed to share these products with people. I had a lot of stay-at-home mom friends who were in similar situations. So I'm just very thankful that I kind of jumped in and took the opportunity, started my business, shared some products with people, and then I was able to contribute to our household income. So, you know, everything has gotten better since then. We're just financially in a better place. You know, life's just a lot more enjoyable since I have started these products.
Sarah, I love your story, and something you didn't mention, which I will mention before we move on, is that Sarah ran her first 10K this year. So she went literally from couch to 10K. I know you guys have heard of that before. And, you know, the motivation and the drive to do that. I'm a stay-at-home mom of 5 kids. I get that. So super proud of you. Thank you for sharing tonight.
Thank you.
So let's see, we have someone else. Is Kim Dowlich on tonight? Yes, there she is. Kim, would you be able to share your story with everyone? We would love
Sure.
to.
I'd be happy to. My name is Kim Dowlich. I'm from South Carolina. I'm an Army wife and I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have 2 kids, a 5-year-old and a not so kid, 26-year-old. So I started D.O.S.E last September 2018. I initially started because I was looking for something to help me lose weight. I had been on phentermine and I wanted to switch to something that would be healthier for me, but something that would kind of suppress my appetite. So I'd found out about it from a friend, and she had also told me that it would probably help me with my energy, my depression, and my anxiety, which were all things that I had problems with. So I started out initially with the Elevate coffee, did that for a couple of weeks, and then decided to add the pill, the Xanthromax. And I had really good results with it. It definitely helped me with both my anxiety and depression. After about a month or so, I'd say that those things got better. And so I liked it so much that I decided that I wanted to join. I wanted to be able to help my friends that suffer from the same things that I do and other people. And so that's what I did. And I share my story on my timeline. I've had lots of people, you know, friends of mine and even people that I didn't know that have asked me, you know, my story, what I'm using, what I'm doing. And so that's what I've been doing, is sharing. And one of the things that I was really shocked by is that I have degenerative disc disease. And so I've suffered with that for years. I was actually told initially that I would spend the rest of my life on and off pain pills, that there was nothing they could do surgically to correct it. I live in South Carolina now, and it's really hard to find a provider that'll even prescribe narcotics, pain pills. So I thought that I was going to have to deal with this pain for the rest of my life without any help. I found out after a few months, I realized I hadn't been in pain anymore. And the only thing that I could attribute it to was Xanthromax. There's been times where I haven't been so consistent with using it and the pain has come back, but as soon as I get back on it, the pain goes away. So that's amazing for me. And I'm so grateful that I found out about D.O.S E, because it has definitely changed my life.
That's amazing. I didn't know all of that about your story. So thank you for sharing. Yeah, pretty impactful. We do find a lot of people have reduced inflammation. And actually the initial story that we heard from one of the gentlemen that started using these products is he also had been in a tremendous amount of pain and found himself later not using his pain medicine. And, your body can think over time that you're just still in pain, even if you're actually not. And that's a huge thing. Plus we have our natural endorphins that can kick in, which is our natural pain medicine. So that's super helpful when we drink the beverage. So super happy to hear your story. I don't know that I've heard the entire thing. So thank you for sharing with everyone tonight. Appreciate it. So let's see. I know we have some really great stories. Earl Green, are you available to unmute and share your story tonight? I know you have a pretty incredible one, and I know there's always guys and gals both using these products. So we would love to hear from you down in Florida if that's where you are tonight.
I'm in Florida in the yard. I appreciate you letting me come on here. April of 2018, I was in 360 something pounds. Was in very bad health. Literally, probably would not have made it through the year. Went to my upline and asked them, because I knew what they knew a lot about things, and they said, "Well, we've got something." And long story short, they hooked me up, and excuse me, my ear plugged up on it.
You're okay.
They gave me a sample, and they said, "Try it tomorrow morning." Well, it was lunchtime. I went ahead and tried it. In about 30 minutes, I called them and said, "I got to have some of this, whatever it is, I got to have it." So the next day, they went ahead and give me a dose package, and I give them mine when it got in. But 4 weeks later, I had lost 30 pounds, and it made such a difference in my life. I have thus far lost 69 pounds. I'm off all of my meds. My wife has lost 50 pounds. My dad is 83. Wednesday, he's lost 50 pounds off all of his meds. So it's made a tremendous impact on my life and my family's life. And I like to tell them, I'm not the brightest guy that there is, but at the end of that 4 weeks, everybody was wanting to know what I was doing, and I'd been sending them all, to Sean and Kim. And I said, well, you know what? They making all the money, and I'm disabled. And I said, wow, here we go. Here's something I make a little money to help out. Well, long story short, it has replaced my disability by a long shot. And I also have a ministry for homeless veterans that I don't have to depend on anybody's donations. I can write a check if there's an issue or a problem. So all the way around, from my health all the way around to my ministry, my everyday life has been wonderful. It is definitely worth giving it a try, because I tell you, if you do what you're led to do by good leadership, there's no way you can fail.
Wow, Earl, I didn't know that about the rest of your family. I know we had some conversations, but thank you for sharing about that. What an impact it's made in your life and so many people around you. So appreciative of you sharing. Thank you.
Thank you.
So now I'd like to go over to a friend, Katie Mast. Katie, are you available?
Yes, I am.
We would love to hear from you. Share where you're from and how these kind of came into your life and how they're benefiting you.
I am from Pennsylvania, and I have started D.O.S.E, I think January of this year. They kind of fell in my lap. I really was not looking for anything. I have struggled with candida overgrowth through my whole bloodstream about 10 years ago, and so I have continued been looking for things to help my health and wellness and to make sure that I keep anything at bay. So, of course, I was doing gluten-free, sugar-free. And then when someone shared about these products, I'm like, oh, well, that sounds pretty amazing. But I did not like coffee. So I did not think that I would enjoy these. But I thought, you know what, it's worth a try. It had a money-back guarantee. So I'm like, I can't lose. Well, the first month I noticed a difference in my mood swings. I noticed that I didn't have the brain fog like I did, and it was quite amazing to know that I did not need to take a nap. Ever since I have been little, even in first grade, I always had to take a nap in the afternoon and often be in bed by 9 o'clock. I now don't go to bed till midnight, 1 o'clock, and my husband doesn't know what to do with me. And I am loving it that I can be back up again at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning and go all day without a nap. So I have been enjoying that aspect of it. And then people started commenting, what are you doing? You're looking so great. And I'm like, what do you mean? I really didn't think about the weight loss, really didn't know that it can have that effect on, because I really didn't know much about the product. And so I did not measure myself because I really didn't think about the weight part of it, but the scale was still measuring or weighing the same. So I'm like, well, I don't know. I'm just drinking something. And I did not know that it was actually taking more inches than my weight. And I went from a size 10 down to a size 6 and some 4s I'm starting to get into now. And that was huge. And now, since January, I've lost right around 15 pounds, and I really didn't need to lose anything. I just, we women always like to have a little slimmer figure, and that was kind of what I was looking for, and I've been so blessed. And now that people have been asking about it, I was always thinking, well, I was happy where I was, but I have been so excited to share this opportunity with people, and giving them a sample was so exciting. And then them coming back and saying like, oh my gosh, that stuff is amazing. And so just in the last few weeks, I've really been excited. And so I can't wait to see where it's going to go.
Oh, you can't hear me. There you go. What I love about these products is they seem to help people that want to lose weight or don't want to lose weight. The formulator says they're smart products because they know what your body needs. So all he says is get them in you. Get them in you, and your organs are going to be fed nutrition, and your body's going to do what it needs to do. And it's clear with these 4 people and my story already that it's done different things to all of us. And most of us started these with the assumption we were looking for, the magic for something. But what we've come out of this with was so much greater than what we actually anticipated. So on the flip side, for most of us, it's just been such a blessing in our life. And I have one more friend that, has a great story I would love for you to hear. Her name's Melissa. By hearing her story and putting all these together, you will realize the common denominator is we all just drank this. We put it in our body and we took a pill every day, and something magical happened over time. So Melissa, if you're available, we would love to hear from you.
I am here.
Hi.
Hello.
Please share.
Okay. Well, my name's Melissa. I live in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And so I'm fairly new as an entrepreneur. I guess my story started last year, probably in May. My friend Stephanie was taking the product, and I kind of, like most people, went into my 40s that weren't very kind to me, or I wasn't kind to my 40s. So I wasn't really working out, taking care of myself, went through being laid off in my career. I'm a single mom of 15 years. I have a son who's going to be a senior, And so there's a lot of stress when you're the only one taking care of your family. So a lot of that stress came. I have anxiety, like many talk about. And my biggest issue also is IBS-C for like constipation. I've had that since I was little and all the way through high school, college, and stress isn't good for that. So when I talked to Stephanie last May about what she was doing, and I had heard of Happy Coffee before. I think I saw it somewhere, but I really never grasped into it. But then she gave me a few samples last May or June, and I really liked it. So I ordered it and I started July 1st. And so I talked to one of my doctors and he said I needed to lose 20 pounds because my liver was not looking good. I had never known that was an issue. And he said he wanted me to lose 20 pounds in a year. So I started last July, and I said, I'm going to give it one whole year. I'm going to commit to this dose every day. I'm going to do PIO. It gave me energy to work out, which I'm not a morning person. And now I can, every day I wake up by 6 o'clock. I don't know how to not wake up. And so I'm a morning person because of D.O.S.E. And I do PIO and do Pilates and different things, but that helps. But I eat better. I broke up with wine, Moscato, over a year. I love wine. I'm an HR person who doesn't love wine. So a lot of those things I had to get rid of, no sugar and those things. But I couldn't have done it without D.O.S.E. because it took away, the appetite suppressant, the cravings. I was just really surprised that I could stick with something so long. And so I lost 2 pant sizes, 2 shirt sizes. Over time, people started noticing I was looking better or feeling more positive. I, like others, had less temper. My son said this past year, I've just been a better mom overall. My sister said she doesn't recognize me because I'm always in a good mood. And so she's even got into it. And family have jumped on because of seeing me in a whole different way. And so that's been great things. So I started giving a lot of referrals to Stephanie. So for 8 months, I was just a customer like everybody else. I sampled it like everybody else. And then she actually talked me into becoming an entrepreneur. She said, I don't know, you're really good at just getting people interested. This could be an extra side business for you. And you're a single mom and he'll go to college soon. So I said, well, I have never done network marketing. I have no idea if I ever want to sell anything online. And she said, well, you might surprise yourself. And so she's been my accountability partner. I think everyone should have one. And we've always walked each other through this the past year. And so, yeah, I pretty much started out fairly new. I've only been actually having my own, site like everybody for 6 months. And my biggest month was July. Actually, this month I had 13 new customers and it just keeps going. And so I'm grateful for the leadership and the mentors we have. They pour into us, which is great with all these calls. And I'm actually becoming more successful in something I never dreamed of. And so financial freedom, I think, is around the corner. So thank you for the products. They're great.
Well, I just ended up with goosebumps hearing you finish your story because it's pretty incredible, not just what these products do, but what the opportunity has allowed for most of us. And so before I finish up the call, I'm just going to read what is on the bag, what it says these products do. And I think that you'll hear now in summary of what everyone has said. It's pretty true. We have increased energy just by drinking the beverage, enhanced clarity, boosts your memory, burns fat, curbs cravings, and elevates your mood. And across the board, this is something that seems to happen for all of us. The fun part is that when you have friends asking or you decide to share with people, really, right now we're just doing this 3 times a week. We share our stories and we have fun sharing. And so when Melissa was talking about selling, the interesting thing is we don't have to worry about selling anything. We just share our stories. We just got on here tonight to share our stories with you and hopefully impact even one person and help them decide whether or not D.O.S.E could be something for them. And if it's something that works for you and you love it, we love to have business partners that share the same thing that we do. The company is growing really fast. It's still at the bottom time. It's a great time to join with us, but we just love happy customers and we love sharing the stories. The most addicting thing to anybody that shares, whether you're a customer or not, when your friend sends you a message or calls you and says how much they're impacted by literally just drinking a cup of coffee that they're already drinking, that makes you want to share with more people. So I just want to close in saying we are so grateful to all of you for joining us tonight. And if anyone has invited you to share and anything sparked your interest tonight and you have more questions, please reach out to them and ask away. We would love to help answer those and head you in the right direction of whatever feels comfortable for you tonight. So thank you and have a great Sunday.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.